One of the core staples of any good kaiju movie is the destruction, the environments, whether that's in an urban center, whether it's in something as beautiful and as colorful as the Hollow Earth. It's the set pieces that really lend the weight and gravity to a lot of the action that we witness on screen. Most monster movies are set in urban centers, and you get to see a lot of that destruction, whether it's monsters being thrown into buildings, buildings being brought down on the monsters, or even the monsters lunging through the building. I think it's safe to say that traditionally it's the environments that play a really pivotal role in the experience of a monster movie. And yet, despite this, there aren't too many mainstream options for those who want to build some of those urban environments on our displays. Earlier on in the Monster Arts line, there were a couple of accessory packs that looked really good and then just ceased to exist forever. Super 7's new Super Kaiju line does have destructible buildings that you can collect and assemble, but just to get this one little set costs you about $70 US. There are plenty of third-party options out there on the market, but unless you know what you're looking for, it's very easy to get things that maybe don't scale well together, maybe cost a little bit too much, and overall, it really does feel like the Wild Wild West when it comes to building city dioramas. Earlier this week, Titanic Creations made an announcement on their social media channels that they will be launching a diorama project that is set to include 60 separate pieces, including 20 buildings, and the idea is that the whole package will cost about $100 US. So if we switch over to the announcement, here we have it. Here you can see our city pack, 20 destructible buildings, along with cars, military vehicles, roads, and effects pieces. There'll be 60 pieces in the set. It'll be $100, and you can look at the images. We have some of these broken, destroyed buildings, and here they are, sort of more in good shape, let's say. Now, just switching back over here for a second, I recently got their Pulgazari figure, and while I haven't covered it on the channel, here are the two buildings that the figure comes with, and I really like these, actually. The smaller building, there's one piece that comes apart on top. It reminds me a lot of like the Crumble Zone accessories that playsets way back in the day used to come with. But it's really nice. Like, if you want the coherent building, you can have it. But if there's, for some reason, you need that destroyed set piece, you can go pretty easily. And then when it comes to the bigger building, so this is sitting at about 6 inches tall, roughly speaking. This actually has 3 different sections of removable building. So there's one here right on the middle. If I can just pop that off, there's that. There's one up here on the top. Takes me a second to remember where the actual ports are. So there you can see there's the top piece removed, and then there's a larger section, starts at the bottom, runs up the middle. So there you have the building in its most destroyed state. And these look really cool, and they function well. They feel really solid. There's a really nice weight to them. And so the idea of having, 20 of these that I can use to build a set on my collection, or even for photography, is really compelling. I'll show a couple of photos I've got here, whether it's Mechagodzilla slamming Godzilla into the side of a building, or Hakuja using a building as sort of leverage to propel himself forward. The customizability, if that's a word, is really nice when you have these removable sections. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what this set looks like. And if we swap back over here, it does seem like this is not the only set that they're hoping to get to. So this person asks, think we'll get a mountain or a canyon pack? I'd like to see some more destructible rock walls or something, maybe some pieces of ground. Titanic Creations, we fully plan on doing multiple expansion packs with all scenery that is seen in kaiju films. Privately on their Discord, we've talked about it a little bit. There's the idea of like an ocean battle pack with like ships and stuff, maybe some aerial vehicles like blimps or warplanes coming. What scale will these be in? 1/300th scale, so it'll work with 6 to 8 inch kaiju figures. And so there does seem to be more information coming down the pipeline. They're looking to launch in April, I think it was. But in order to sort of test the market and see if there's actually demand for this, they are running an email campaign right now. They're currently running an email campaign where they're looking to get 3,500 email signups on their MailChimp mailing list. And this will give them a sense of how many people are actually interested, what is actually feasible with a campaign like this. I've covered Titanic Creations a little bit on the channel. I did an interview with Mac, the guy who runs the company, and I've reviewed a couple of their products. And I think that they make good stuff. I do have a couple of issues with the figures that I've received, but the accessories have always been really, really, really nice. I'm a big fan of how they do the buildings, how they do the vehicles. And so the idea of a diorama set is very appealing to me. That being said, I don't know if I personally will get in at the $100 mark, just because I have very limited shelf space as it is. I'm very curious to see what actually comes in the set. I still think that the buildings are really, really cool. So if you're interested in joining the mailing list, I'll put a link in the description down below. Of course, you don't have to commit to any kind of purchase in doing so. Titanic Creations is not... I'm just doing this to advertise them because I think that they're, really good people trying to do good things. I think that they deserve the support. They're not paying me or anything like that. So I'll throw the email sign up in the description down below. And I'm curious to hear from you. Like, is this something that you'd be really looking forward to? Are there certain pieces that you're hoping are included in the set? Or even if there's another themed set in the future, like rural canyon or a sea environment or an aerial battle, what is your hope for a diorama set? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.